Okay guys, today I'm shooting a video for one of my most popular tutorials. It's the Illustrator quick banners. I have a bunch of questions in the comments all the time about how I did a certain part or a certain step that somebody couldn't get. So instead of trying to answer them all in comments, I'm going to shoot a quick video and go through the whole process so you can kind of see it step by step. I've got the 460 pixels by 230 pixels tall document. As you'll find in the first step. So now we're going to start creating our banner. First we're going to start with a body, and for the video I'm going to color code everything just to make it a little bit easier for people to see. So the body is supposed to be 350 pixels by 50 pixels. You can adjust this, but you'll need to adjust everything proportionately. The easiest way is just to create your banner first, and then you can adjust sizing. So we're going to start with that. We'll center it on the document. So we've got our body here, right? It's green. We're going to give it a stroke. Just going to slide over here to the color palette, select the stroke. Let's give it a black stroke. It needs to be 2 pixels, and we need to round the caps. The reason we're doing that is later on, for everything to line up perfectly, you want them to be round. I'll show you the difference towards the end of the tutorial. Now that we've got our body done, we're going to create our right tail. Easiest way to do that is just edit, copy, edit, paste in front. What this does is makes an exact copy of what's below, paste it right in front in the order stack. So we'll change that to, we'll change the fill to blue to match the right tail. We're going to make one more copy, so we'll go copy, paste in front, and we'll change that to red for the left tail. So now let's see if we can get our tail pieces into the correct shape. Head over to your transform palette. This is key to cut off scale strokes and effects. As you scale these things, if this is checked, your actual stroke size will change, so it'll go from 2 to whatever proportionately you scale it to. So we're going to cut that off, and we're going to change our reference point to the left hand side, and we're going to set the width on this tail. We need to make sure our constraint is off, and so we can set the width here. So there's the width on that one. Now we're going to do the same thing on the right tail. So we're going to set our reference point to the right side. And we'll set that to 80 pixels. Now that we got our tails the correct size, we're going to move them out a little bit so that they can stick off the edges of our banner. So let's select the left tail first. Go Object, Transform. We're going to move. We're going to move it 40 pixels to the left. So that'd be -40. 0 on the vertical. Hit OK. We're going to do the same thing on the right tail. We're just going to move it to the right. So we're going to transform and move. And instead of -40, we'll go 40 on the horizontal. Hit OK. So now we've adjusted our tails. If you look at them this way, they don't line up exactly with the edges of the body anymore. From that point, we're going to give our tails the little flag shape. This is where some people have had some trouble in the past, so I'm going to slide in and show you how to do it. Zoom in. And if you look at this particular shape right here, it's made up of 4 points. The 4 points are here, 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 and here. It's 4 total anchor points. So what we want to do is move this over. And there's a couple ways to get it, but the easiest way is just go to Object, Path, and Add Anchor Points. And what that does is splits these points. So you get a point in the middle here, here, and here. So you get 8 total points now. So here's the key. Grab your direct selection tool, or the A button gets it, or you can select it right here. Click off your shape, and then click and drag a small selection right over the point you want to move. This way, this point's highlighted, the other 7 are white. That lets you know that you're only moving this point. So we're going to go Object, Transform, and Move again. This time we're going to move it 25 pixels to the right. So +25 in your horizontal. And then we'll slide back out, and we'll come over here and do the same thing on this side. Go back to your selection tool, select the path, go to Object, Path, Add Anchor Points. Go get that direct selection tool, which is key. Drag over and select that one particular point. Object, Transform, Move. This time we're going to do -25. And that gives us the flag shape towards the end of the banner that we're looking for. Next thing we're going to do is adjust our banners up and down. You can do both up, both down, one up, one down. Plenty of different ways. But for this purpose and to match the tutorial, we're going to move this one up. So we'll go Object, Transform, and Move. You're going to be nothing on the horizontal, and you're going to be -10 on the vertical. Now, depending on which version of CS you have, it used to be 10, negative 10 moved down and positive 10 moved up, but nowadays it's negative 10 moves up, positive 10 moves down. So we're going to do negative 10 on the left tail, and we'll do positive 10 on the right tail. So object, transform, move, and we'll do 10 on the right tail. So you got one up and you got one down. The next thing we're going to do is draw the small folds you always see in banners. So the easiest way to do that is to switch over to outline view. You can hit Apple Y, or you can just go view outline. We're going to zoom in again, and we need to make a small triangle right here. So grab your pen tool, and just for purposes of this, I'm going to make these pink. So you got pink fill, you still got the same 2-point rounded stroke. So what you want to do is click on this anchor point, this intersect, this anchor point, and back to that anchor point again. And if you come back out of outline mode, you see your fold beginning to start. So we'll do the same thing over here. Go back into outline mode, Apple Y, or view outline. We're going to click our point here, our intersect, our anchor point, and then back to the beginning. Switch back out. So now you kind of see where you're getting. Next we need to do is put the body in front or put the tail in back. The easiest way to do that is just select the body, go to Object, Arrange, and bring to front. That's going to give you your overall shape. And then from there, all you do is you can warp it however you want. In the tutorial, I use the flag warp, so we'll just go Object, Envelope Distort, Make with Warp, and then flag at 50%. That will give you your final banner. Now, obviously, the colors are a little funky, but that's just for demonstration. If we were to go back and take off the rounded corners here, you'll see why you need to round them. You end up with these kind of funny ends. The angle here is so steep that you have to go on and play with the limit to get that to try to line up. Easiest way, just round the corners. As long as you're using small numbers, you really can't tell it from a distance. So once again, here's your final banner, and you can envelope distort it however. There's the flag, you can arc it, you can bulge it, all sorts of different things you can do. But that should answer everybody's questions, and thanks for checking out my tutorials, and stay tuned for more.